Hello everyone, my name is Asphyxia. I am the website administrator of r4p3.net. I wanted to point out some important things to know about using Sucuri behind a firewalled system. You need to make sure that on the host system that you have IP tables, which you probably should have IP tables already, but I highly recommend setting up the IP tables rules for both port 80 and 443. These are defaults. This is the default for HTTPS. Port 80 is the default for HTTP. What you need to also keep in mind is that this port here, by default, it's unlocking port 22, or it's accepting port 22. That is your SSH port. If you have a custom SSH port, I would make sure to adjust this right here. If you don't, more than likely you may find yourself locked out of your system, and that is going to suck. Additionally, you absolutely have to set this temporary rule right here. Otherwise, you will lock yourself out when you go to flush. You don't want to skip this top step here, this top IP tables rule. If you do that and then you IP tables flush, you will lock yourself out of your own shit. Okay, so I have given you a fair warning. Additionally, if you do not customize this port 22, that's the default port for SSH, to match your port number for SSH, you will lock yourself out of your own shit. Again, you have been doubly warned. Do not do that. It will be bad. You will get locked out and feel like a dumbass. It happens. So what I also want to note here is that if you are seeing same user IP on your forums or your WordPress website, whatever, they have all the documentation you need right in here. If you, for whatever reason, find that these firewall rules or the IP ranges being unblocked to your host system for your web server are not working, you may need to consider going into the security section of your Sucuri panel and looking for the IP ranges. You'll select the web server. It'll give you some different information to throw in your web server. If you're blocking with IP tables, you do not necessarily need to set up the different web server IP range acceptance / blocking or whitelisting, I should say. So just keep in mind, though, that pretty much if you run this straight out of the box, you just copy this and paste it in. As long as this port matches your SSH port, you should be ready to go. So this is literally, like I just said, this is a copy and paste IP table script to only allow Sucuri's IP ranges to connect to your system. This is going to ensure that your system is locked down pretty damn good to only accept traffic on your SSH port and only into both ports 80 and 443 via Sucuri only, because it's only allowing their IP ranges. Thank you so much for your time, and you have yourself a lovely day.